Hello everybody, welcome back to Dominions 5. We are jumping right into the next turn in our game as Alteration, from whence the salt flows. The turn actually just rolled not too long after the end of the last episode, and I just did a blitz of diplomacy, so I'll tell you about it in a second. But first, let's look at these battles. So in both these battles, at first I was worried about bumping Udgard, but I talked to Udgard and I knew this was not going to be a bump. This is fortunately very few guys. So hold and attack closest. So 3 heavy cav. I'm not going to be stuck with the crossbows firing at me for too long. Unfortunately, the crossbows are shooting at my guys in the back and not the heavy cav. Guys, was I right or was I right? Always bring 2 of these guys. This would have been a rout under normal right? If I only had 1 guy. And it's tempting, right? You have, I have super strong heavy cav in front. I just need to bless them with a cheap priest and then move forward. But the archers, man, they always go for these guys in the back. Really annoying. So, victory is ours. Troll Canyons. This is the Prophet fighting some deer tribes, so this shouldn't be too bad. Archers. Oh, archers shooting my archers. And looks like, I don't know, what, some spell. Okay, apparently this is an archer duel, but my archers are better, so we win. Correct. Okay, Bog of Beasts. Oh, here there was a decent number of indies, if I remember correctly. Yeah, so here we have, we actually have a ton of Vinemen. These provinces can be a little tricky sometimes. When they're very big, you can have a vine, I forget what it's called. It's like a size 4 big plant blood summon type thing. They have a lot of hit points. They hit really hard. They do. I think they have poison. I forget exactly what they have, but they can be. I think they're called blood vines. They can be pretty nasty. Vine men themselves are kind of not too bad. They're kind of bags of hit point, but 7 protection is like not nothing, especially because they're both blunt and pierce resistant. So archers do nothing. And if you don't happen to have slashing weapons, now fortunately we do. We have swords that are slashing, but like the hooves, 13 damage hooves, not going to do much. So these can be surprisingly tough. And they do 2 attacks. Although their attacks are terrible, that means they are going to harass down your defense a lot. Now, cavalry have a... cavalry in general do not get harassed as easily. I say that like out of memory, as if I just kind of knew that to be the case. So hopefully I'm right. It's going to be less of an issue for Sacred Heavy Cav. But, if you're attacking with like regular-ish dudes and you're like, but I've got like, 12 defense and these guys only have 7 attack. Yeah, but when you're surrounded by 3 of these guys, they're going to be doing 6 attacks per turn. You're going to get harassed all the way down to 7 defense, and then they're going to start hitting you. Then these guys have ranged 8 blowpipes, which do paralyzing poison, which is 50 armor negating fatigue damage. So, and it is MR negates, but this can really put your guys to sleep while they're trying to fight off like a ton of these guys. And you can imagine if you had the big blood vines that take a lot of hits to kill, that could be really nasty. And then in the back we have nature mages who have nature gems. Sometimes they're nature blood mages, and they do like they can do bleed or agony or stuff like that. They can be really nasty. In this case, they're not actually even using their nature gems so far to do anything. They're just doing heal and sleep. But again, sleep can be really crippling if you have just like a few units, because you're relying on, very powerful individual units for expansion, like sacreds, like sort of expensive cap-only sacreds. And you've got 5 of them, and then they sleep 2 of them, you're kind of screwed. But our DPS was more than enough, and so we win this fight. And we did not take any casualties, and we got the gloves of the gladiator that was on that one of those mages. Okay, unexpected event. Unrest plus 43. Wonderful. We just got the province. Okay, let's talk diplomacy. We did a lot of diplomacy this turn. So we sent a message to Erithea. We have not yet heard back from them. So I'm going to wait. I mean, I plan to build a fort here, but it is possible, like if Erithea doesn't get back to me, like I'm going to want to confirm I have a nap with him before I start building this fort. So I'm going to wait and I might update the turn at the end of kind of at the last minute. I talked to Man, and we agreed to have a nap 3. And basically what I said to him, and it's the same pitch I'm making to Erithea here, is like, hey, what's up? Do you want to have a nap? Because I bet you want to spend a few turns in peace building temples on your coast with Relay so that his pop kill dominion doesn't overrun you. And whether that was the reason why they agreed or not, the Man player decided to agree to a nap. He kind of got I think he came out ahead in our border here, because literally he has 2 provinces where I have 1. I don't remember exactly if I ever knew the exact populations of these, but this is actually a large province, but it's in a mountain, so it might be lower income, whereas I got sort of a fairly slightly above average, although it's late age, so this is a bit average plains. So I'm happy with this province. I hope he's happy with his 2 provinces. The thrones are still up for grabs, so like the border, the expansion situation is okay between the 2 of us here. Anyways, so we agreed to a nap there. This actually means that if I don't feel comfortable starting a fort here, I'll definitely start a fort here, because this is not like the worst province ever. Okay, the most significant piece of diplomacy is we talked with Ulm and Lemur and Atlantis, and also with Pangaea, although I haven't heard back from Pangaea. Oh, sorry, I'm just getting a message from Atlantis, who's noticing that there's a big stack from Lemuria in his capital. Atlantis apparently has a scout there. So we have come up with a plan, which is basically what our original thought was, which is that we are going to try to rush Lemuria's cap circle. And we're going to try to do this around turn 12 to 14, basically like right after the first year. This is, I mean, turn 14 is actually the first, like I can't get there before 14 because my path is going to be, we're going to go here this turn. So right now it's turn 9. So on turn 10, my army will be here. On turn 11, it'll be here. Then on turn 12, it'll be here. Probably it's too cold to get to here, which means that turn 13 it'll be here, and then turn 14 I can move into wherever I want to go. And the timing is the same for these armies. Everybody's going to probably kind of go home and do this here. In fact, we can start to queue this up. Like if we wanted to get here, yeah, that makes sense. In fact, let's just put the PD here before we forget. Looks like we got crossbowmen. And what do we have here? Nothing special. But we have a general with gloves of the gladiator. Good for you, buddy. So you're actually going to go into here. And there's a ton of unrest here for some reason. We'll patrol it out eventually. And oh, wow. We got an air random. Wow, fantastic luck. Okay, so let's get these guys out and site searching along with this guy. So we got an air death. That's really cool. Okay, before, I don't want to, sorry, I'm opening all these parentheses and not closing them. So the plan is on turn 12 to 14-ish, I'm responsible for taking out these northern provinces. If Pangaea joins us, they might... Pangaea apparently already has this province, so Pangaea might kind of take this out. We'll see. If not, I'll happily come and take this. Atlantis is going to take these provinces. Udgard is going to go up north and take this province. And we're all going to be in his cap circle. And then he can... Honestly, if he just turtles in his cap, that is good for us. Like, in other words, none of us have to commit to killing him. Like right now, let's say he sees all of us coming and he just turtles in his cap waiting for one of us to attack. We don't have to attack until we feel that we can take him on, right? If we own his cap circle, then, retreat, go take a throne, come back. Like the most he can do is come out a few provinces and then we'll be able to take it all back. Either he's going to have to commit hard on one of our armies, and that's each person's responsibility to feel like they can take him on. But if they do, if he has to win like a super decisive battle, because if he commits onto one of us but doesn't win or kind of dies, then the other person is just going to walk in and get on their cap. This is going to be like it's going to suck for him, and it's just going to be a 3v1. Now, personally, so I talked to Udgard a bit. Udgard is being played by the same player who was playing Udgard in the new castings game, who I guess took a lot of flack from myself and from Lucid for the mistakes he made. But that was kind of the point of that game, was to teach people. So now he's trying to apply the lessons he's learned. In particular, he's making Sithkonas, which are like the best mage in the game, but he didn't know that, so now he knows. These ladies, which are like unbelievably good mages. In particular, in this case, they're going to rock because, he said he's already recruiting them. If he keeps recruiting them every turn, then by, year one, he'll have like maybe between 4 and 8, probably 8 of them, at least, because he probably recruited some priests and stuff to bless his sacreds. And he can easily have Thaumaturgy 1, and that means he will have Dust to Dust, which is an area of effect 1, 22 armor negating damage, only affects undead beings. No MR checks, no armor checks. It just destroys undead. This is a super powerful spell, and it really sucks for Lemuria. So it turns out that Udgard doesn't have magic weapons in his Bless, but I don't think it's gonna matter, because assuming he has regen, dormant regen, which he probably does, then even if he doesn't, he just has a big wall of hit points in front with giants and Sithkona and a little communion in the back. They'll just dust the dust forever. They will delete a Lemurian army, and especially the Lemurian commanders, right? Because Lemuria's going to be like, aha, Timu or whatever, right? Like, I don't know what his bless is, but I don't know, regen, whatever. Yeah, 3 dust to dust kills a Timu. Like, he's got like 40 hit points or whatever. So, yeah, I think that's going to be a great matchup. Atlantis, famous for being a great matchup against Lemuria because they have easy access to magic weapons. Also, by the way, their mages have Death 1, so they can also just spam Dust to Dust. And then we have solar weapons on our Sacred Heavy Cav. We have archers that cause fear, and we also have a ton of death mages and priests. So what we are going to focus on, therefore, we're going to keep working on Alteration. We're not going to get to Wind Guide immediately, but we already have our Air 2 dude, so that's pretty cool. So what I need to do is I need to time my site searching so that I get here right on turn 14. So let's think about that. So again, right now it's turn 9. So this would be, they'll be here on turn 10, here on turn 11, 12, 13, then move. So right now, this guy is searching. So on turn 10, he'll be here. On turn 11, 12, 13. So he can search here, then he can search here, then he has to move here, and then he could go fight. That means that these guys can't go here. These guys, these two, can do here. So, because now it's turn 9, turn 10, search. Sorry, so right now it's turn 9. Turn 10, they will be here. They will be given the order to search. Turn 11, they'll still be here. They'll be given the order to move. Turn 12, they'll be here. They'll have the order to search. And then turn 13, they'll be here with my army and ready to move out. So that is perfect. Then the... all right, so now we're actually back to the top with our commander points. So what we're going to do is we're going to recruit another Death Mage. Another Death 2 Mage. And... okay, so this is turn... so again, turn 9. So he's going to be ready on turn 10. He'll be here. Turn 11... he can move. Turn... he'll be here on turn 10. Issue orders to move. Turn 11, he's here. Issue orders to move. Turn 12, he's here. Issue orders to... well, he wouldn't need to search because this guy will be here. But he can... so, okay, so he would do 10 orders to move. 11 orders to search. 12 orders to move. And then 13. Yeah, okay, so we'll do that. And then we can get another 2. So I could do 2 more of these Death 2 guys. Okay, now here's a question, though. Is Death 2 worth it just for the fatigue reduction? Because all it's doing is extra damage. Because alternatively, I could just get more Ceremonial Masters. And just spam out some banishes. Worth considering. I have a decent number of random priests. I think we'll be okay. Yeah, I think we'll be okay like this. Let's get the Death 2s. Let's get the Death 2s. So they're Air 1, Death 2 by default. They have a few other buffs. Now, if we got Air... we could even... Phantasm Wars aren't great. They have magic weapons. But, you know, we have a bit of air shield on us. Oh, we could aim. Yeah, I like these guys better. Because we're going to do aim and then dust to dust. Definitely. I'm just looking for... is there something here that we would want to research? Flight? No. We're not going to get Conjuration 3 by then. Yeah, but just aim. Just aim with Dust to Dust is going to be pretty nasty. Okay, I like this plan for recruitment. So the only thing left really for this turn is seeing whether we get a response back from Erythea to start building our fort here. If not, we'll build a fort there. So let me just put this on wait. Oh, here's a scout. I'm going to go put my scout here. I'm expecting to see Lemurian expansion here, and maybe we can catch his bless or something like that. This scout is going to go ping... oh, no, this scout is going to ping a throne. Well, no, maybe I'm going to build, and I want to get started on the building. But let's ping... yeah, let's ping this throne. We'll get another scout here. And... so if we were planning an attack on another player, I would probably start recruiting Barbarian Heavy Cav. I think it's actually worth it to do. Let's start recruiting some extra units. Even though these guys aren't going to do much, they'll help for like counter raiding. They don't have magic weapons, but if you've got like 20 Heavy Cav, that's still going to kill like a tiny party of raiding ghosts, and they're great for like attack rear shenanigans. So we're actually going to start doing that. Not a lot of these provinces have the resources. Ooh, I didn't realize I have Shamblers here. Or maybe I did, but I forgot. Unfortunately, no Shambler Commander. But with a bit of construction, we could get or not even construction. All we need is a Mound King. Yeah. Sorry, not in here. It's over here. Revive King, Death 3. I forget actually what his if he has actual leadership or if it's just undead leadership. We have to double check that. But assuming he has actual leadership, then let's totally recruit some shamblers here to go get this lake. And you know, if Earthia is slow, we can also go get these lakes and these lakes. And in a pinch, these guys are not terrible. Siege Chaff, 2.3 for 20 gold, sure. Yeah, but that's a lot of gold, so we're not going to invest in that gold yet. What we're going to do is we're going to get... All right, we can't get more than... We have to leave 600 for our fort. Okay, so that's basically it for our turn. Oh, let's actually script this. Solus and Ghouls. So this is actually going to be hold in fire, hold in fire, hold in fire. We're just going to let the archers do all the work while the ghouls slowly get up to us, and our prophet is just going to banish, 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 banish. So, Divine Blessing, yeah, whatever, Sermon of Courage. This is fine. This will be pretty straightforward. Good. I think we are done here. And yeah, that's it. So the only update I think between now and the next turn is going to be depending on Diplo in terms of where we build our fort. And that'll be it for now. So see you guys next turn. Take care.